This is Jason MacLennan, a 17-year-old who has just carried out a plot to murder his father. MacLennan hated his father Ken for years, and with the help of his friend Matt Moeller, he believed he could get rid of the one person standing between him and $1 million inheritance. The boys planned the murder over several months, and while Ken was home between business trips, Moeller came to the door one night and waited while MacLennan got into place with Moeller's rifle.
Hey Jason, how are you doing? Good. I'm JJ, Officer Bobo. Okay? I don't think we ever got a chance to meet, did we? You go to Tech, right? I was first year. Okay, I was a police officer that worked there for quite a few years. Actually, I just quit working there 2 weeks ago. So now you have a new police liaison. I'm too familiar with police liaison programs, but got a police liaison officer that works over there and helps out kids and staff and stuff like that. So familiar with tech a little bit and things that are going on over there. Officer Bloom might have come in and talked to you and told you that we're going to try to talk with you and try to establish some timelines and things like that about what happened yesterday and just anything out of the ordinary that's been going on around home or anything like that. Okay. I want to get some preliminary information from you first here. Okay, and I know you've probably given this already, but a little bit more of a controlled setting here, so it's easier for me to copy this down. Your full first name is Jason? Yeah. Your middle name, Jason? Alexander. And spell your last name for me. M-A-C-L-E-N-N-A. L is capital. Okay, hold on, sorry. M-A what? M-A-C. M-A-C. Capital L. Okay. E-N-N-A. N-N-A-N. MacLennan? Yeah. And your date of birth? And your current address? What's your phone number there, Jason? I can barely hear you. Just try to speak up a little bit more for me. I got such distance across this table, but did you need to use the restroom, water, are you hungry, anything like that? Okay. I know you've been sitting here for a long time. 8 hours. Yeah, it's been a while. These things, this process takes quite some time. I'll explain it as best I can to you, okay? One of the things, I want to ask you some questions and have you have a chance to ask some questions of me about what's going on and how things go, okay? One of the procedures that we have to do is I have to read you your rights because you're down here, and actually we've kind of kept you here for investigative purposes to get through this whole thing. Kim might have explained to you that we have to go in the home and do some things in the home and stuff like that, right? So there's a form that I have here that I can provide you with a copy of to follow along and read it. It's just advising you of your rights, and then we'll talk about it if you have any questions, okay? It says that before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You're therefore requested to listen and read carefully the following statement of your rights before answering any questions which might be put to you. Number 1 is you have the right to remain silent. Number 2 is you have the right to refuse to answer any or all of the questions put to you. Number 3 is anything you say may be used against you in court. Number 4, you have the right to talk to a lawyer of your own choice and ask his advice before your question, and to have him present with you during the questioning. Number 5 is if you cannot afford a lawyer and want one, a lawyer will be provided to you. And number 6 is if you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. The above warning statements of rights was read to me and I understand these rights. Do you understand them? Yeah. Would you just sign where it says signature there and then I'll sign it and date and time it? Thanks. Okay. Any questions about those? Okay, after I ask you some questions. First of all, how long have you lived in St. Cloud? Since about a week before school started. Okay. And school this just started right after first part of September, right? So end of August, early September you moved here? And who did you move here with? My dad. Okay. And did you move into the place on Chelmsford?
We were living in apartments behind McStop for a little while.
Okay, do you
We were
remember
looking for a house.
the name of them?
Clearwater Estates.
Okay. And I'm just going to take some notes in case I have to refer back to him and ask you a question, okay? People just don't leave me alone. Clearwater Estates behind McStop. How long did you live there for?
Maybe 2 or 3 months.
Okay. And then you found the place on Chelmsford, moved into that. Where did you move here from?
Florida.
What part of Florida?
Orlando.
Did you live there for a while?
15 years.
15 years, huh? Had you ever lived in Minnesota before? A little different climate, huh?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right now, this time of the year, it's terrible. So you lived in the house on Chelmsford since maybe before Christmas?
Yeah.
Did you say a couple of months in Clearwater Estates?
Yeah.
Okay, so September and October. So do you remember when exactly, or
Maybe
around what time you moved into the house?
around October.
Around October. Okay. Bought the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody live with you at all other than you and your father? Okay. I'm gonna bring it back to, I understand that your dad travels with his job, right? And he works where?
Creative Memories.
Okay, what does he do for them?
I'm not really sure, but I think he's the vice president of international administrations.
Okay.
Ken's high-level job required lots of travel, leaving MacLennan, for all practical purposes, to raise himself.
And that position requires a lot of travel?
Yeah.
Is that right? How long has he been with them since moving to St. Cloud, or before that?
Before that.
Okay. Do you know how long? Okay. Is it because of the job that you moved here?
Yeah.
Okay. So when did he just arrived home recently, right? Yesterday, is that right?
12 o'clock yesterday.
Okay. And where did he arrive home from?
I think Britain, but I'm not sure.
You think Britain? Okay. Do you know when he left?
Last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday. When he leaves, is it always overseas that he goes?
No, that's
Not always. But this time you think it was Britain?
Yeah.
Okay. When he leaves, does he travel to a certain location and fly from there?
He goes to the St. Cloud airport and flies to Minneapolis from there usually.
Okay. And is that what he did this time?
I think so.
Okay. What did he drive?
Canada.
Okay. So he arrived home. I'm sorry, he left last Wednesday, maybe, you think? Thought he was in Britain. Did you talk to him while he had been gone?
He called me a couple times.
Okay. And he was over there on business, is that right? Or not, or something else?
He told me it was something.
Okay, you think it was business?
Yeah.
And then he arrived home yesterday, what time, 5 o'clock?
Around that.
Around 5 p.m. And his car would have been at the St. Cloud airport then yesterday?
Yeah.
And explain to me, I guess, since Dad left, any activity at home, or what kind of things been going on? This is pretty normal for you, right, to have the home to yourself? You're just about 18?
Yeah.
I mean,
February.
next month you'll be 18, right? So you're kind of accustomed to this?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dad left last week, and just give me an idea of kind of what things go on around the house.
I kind of skipped school for most of the week, and I
Okay.
had friends over and stuff.
For most of last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Went and played hockey a lot during the day.
Okay.
Did stuff.
I wanted to preface something too and tell you up front that you tell me you skip school, or you tell me that you're out boozing with your buddies, or you're out tearing shit up. I don't care about that, okay? I mean, we're
Last time I was.
yeah, exactly. So we're talking about things, and I just want to establish that. So just be forthcoming with me and let me know what the heck you've been up to with your buddies, and we'll go from there, okay? So anyway, it started last week after Dad left. Buddies come over and kind of hang out at the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you typically hang out with? I mean, who would have been coming and going from your house?
You probably know Matt Moeller.
I do, yep.
And Kyle Melberg, Jason Crone.
I know Jason pretty well.
Those are kind of my good friends here.
Okay. Any of these guys ever mentioned my name? JJ?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay, yeah, I mean, they like me pretty well. I mean,
Yeah.
we have a good relationship. I've never been too hard on those guys.
No, it kind of gets in trouble.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think it's the biggest things in the world because, yeah, well, we all did at one point in time, right? Anyway, so did that kind of include the weekend then too, when some of the friends have been over?
Yeah, I had quite a few people over Friday.
Friday? Okay. Who would have been over on Friday?
Those people, Matt's girlfriend, Kayla.
Is Matt's girlfriend Kayla?
Yeah.
Okay, Kayla. Okay. Is she?
I think.
Okay, I know a Colette Wilkie. Is it
Oh,
Colette?
yeah.
Okay.
Wilkie and Kayla. Missing.
Nissen, maybe? Kayla Nissen? Okay, so Matt's girlfriend is Colette. Is that right?
Yeah.
So Colette and Kayla Nissen would have been over on Friday, along with Crone. Did you say Jason Crone?
Crone, Kyle, this girl Candace, this other friend Kayla, one of her friends, and two guys that they knew.
Okay. Was that during the day or during the evening or?
That was during the evening when I got out of work.
Okay, little gathering, little party, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Where do you work?
Out back.
Okay. What do you do there?
On the bus there.
Okay. My favorite place to eat, by the way. Wonderful. So you had some friends over on Friday night, and those are typically the friends that you kind of run with. How about the weekend, Saturday, Sunday?
Pretty much the same people Saturday. Sunday, I basically just hung out around the house and had a couple beers with Kyle before he went to work, and then just kind of had to think what I did after that.
You're talking about Sunday now?
Yeah.
With Kyle was over?
Yeah.
Kyle's last name again?
Melbourne.
Melberg?
Yeah.
Okay. Had a couple beers with Kyle at the house.
Yeah. Matt came by. Just kind of sat at home most of the day, I think.
Okay, and Matt Moeller came by then on Sunday for a little while.
Okay.
Did you know when Dad was due home?
I knew Monday, but I didn't know what time.
You knew Monday. Okay. Do you remember what days you talked to him on the phone? He called you a couple of times? Okay. So Sunday, Matt, Kyle were over a little bit, guys just hanging out. And yesterday was Monday.
Yeah.
And so were you home alone Sunday night, or did anybody stay over with you during these nights that Dad's been gone?
Friday and Saturday, people stayed over.
Okay, just friends?
Yeah.
Do you know who in particular would have stayed over at the house?
Friday was Kyle, Matt, Colette.
MacLennan typically had large groups of people over while his father was away. He enjoyed showing off his family's wealth and often bragged that he would inherit a $1.4 million fortune when his father died.
Corey. It would have been basically the same people Saturday.
Okay. And then Sunday, you had just a couple buddies over. How about Sunday evening?
Sunday, Matt snuck out and came over and we hung out, but nobody slept over.
Okay. So Sunday night, Matt came over.
Matt Moeller quickly became one of MacLennan's closest friends. He enjoyed the benefits of MacLennan's lavish lifestyle, and he was eager to prove just how far he would go for money.
He snuck out of the house. You didn't have to, I imagine. Did he just stay at your house and you guys hung out there? Okay. Remember what time he came over or anything like that?
Probably about 9:30ish.
Okay, and do you remember, did he stay very long or?
Maybe till about 1.
Okay, what kind of things were going on at the house?
Just drinking a couple beers and watching TV.
Okay. And then he went home?
Yeah.
Okay, you stayed alone at the house on Sunday night then? Yeah. And then yesterday being Monday, what time did you get up? Do you remember?
Maybe about 10 o'clock.
Okay. You didn't go to school?
Yeah.
What are your normal school hours?
The full day.
Full day, so your school starts at what? Sometime after 8, 8:15 or 8:17, something like that.
I got a couple of opens in there.
Okay. So you get up around 10?
Yeah.
And just kind of explain to me, basically if you can, how your day went and what went on, and if I have any questions I'll ask.
I guess I woke up at about 10 to either Kyle or Matt at my door. I think it was Matt.
Okay.
And he came in, and I laid on the couch, and I kind of fell asleep because he was messing with the TV. And then he left, and Kyle came by, and Matt came back. And Jason Crone came over, and then we just kind of hung out at my house all day. And then Jason's mom found out somehow that he skipped school, and somehow found out where I lived.
Okay.
And came and picked him up, and she was all angry at him. And Matt had to go home to help his dad on the farm or something. I don't know what he was doing. And me and Kyle, we went to the youth shelter to look at snowboards.
Okay.
And then we went to the sports store downtown
Okay.
by Bridge of Harmony.
Okay.
And then we went to the mall for a few hours.
I'm gonna back you up just a second because I lost you for a second there. Matt came over at 10, right?
Yeah.
And then he was messing with the TV or something. You were kind of sleeping.
Yeah.
And then did Kyle show up too then?
Yeah, him and
You and Crone showed up. Okay. So there's 4 of you there yesterday during the day. Is that right? What's going on at the house then?
just playing pool, watching TV. And me and Matt had a beer each.
Okay, just hanging out at the house. Anybody else stop by, or was any of your other friends over?
I think Joel came by.
And that's Joel. Joe or Joel?
Joel.
Joel.
I don't know his last name.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive he came by. I don't know what time or anything like that. So.
Okay. Anybody else that you can remember?
Yeah, Colette came over with Kayla and some kid named Brent.
And some kid named Brent?
Brent or something like that.
Okay. Is he like a high school kid from your school?
I think so.
You think? Okay. You didn't know
I've seen him a couple times.
him? Okay. Not a friend of yours though?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember what time that was? Okay, so after, then go ahead and continue with your story. Jason's mom picked him up because she found out where you live and that he had skipped school, right?
And then she was all angry.
So did she come in or did she?
No, I never saw her.
Okay.
And then Matt went to go do whatever it is he had to do. Me and Kyle went to the youth shelter and then someplace downtown in the mall.
Okay. Where's the youth shelter? Not familiar with that.
It's on the same road that the Outback's on.
Okay.
Like that road goes like this way,
Yep.
kind of parallel to the way we are.
Mm-hmm.
And like the Outback was going to be like a little bit farther down on the same side.
Okay. Like by the Kmart? Or the other
It's
direction?
farther back.
Okay.
Like this way.
Okay. So you went to the youth shelter. What's the youth shelter? What do you have there? What's going?
It's like snowboards, skateboards, stuff like that.
So it's a retail store.
Yeah.
Okay. So after the youth shelter, you went to where?
That place downstairs or downtown by the Bridge of Harmony.
And what kind of place is that?
It's kind of like a new sports store. I
Okay.
think it's called Schmidt's Sports or something.
Okay. More snowboarding type equipment and that kind of stuff. And this is just you and Kyle?
Yeah.
And then where do you go?
Actually, before that, we went to the Outback. I
Okay.
guess I should have mentioned it.
Okay.
Because that was before we went to the youth shelter.
Okay.
Because I had my car and I dropped it off there.
Okay. And so you left your house in your car?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you both drive then out back in your car?
No, he drove his car and I drove mine, and I left mine at the Outback.
Okay. So you left your car at the Outback. What did you do at the Outback?
He had to get his tips from the night before.
Okay. You both went there?
Yeah.
Okay. So he got his tips and then you left. Was Matt with you at this time?
No.
He wasn't with you?
No.
Okay. So you left and then you went to these different places?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you went to the youth shelter, you went to a place downtown, snowboarding store, Schmidt Sports or something like that. And then where?
The mall.
Then to the mall. Anywhere in particular at the mall?
We went to Shield Sports. We went to some clothing store. Kyle and someone that worked there.
Okay.
And we went to some video game store that's in the mall.
Okay. Do you remember how much time you spent at the mall?
Maybe a little over an hour.
Okay. Any idea what time you left?
MacLennan and Moeller tried to keep their movements as normal as possible on the day of the murder. The rest of their friends did not know what they had planned for that night. Now on my Patreon, watch the interrogation of a father accused of killing his baby. The detective snaps and starts hitting him on camera. See the full video at patreon.com/strangerstoriesplus.
Okay.
School probably was out by then.
School was probably out by then. What did you do after the mall?
We went to Kyle's house.
Okay. Where's Kyle live?
I don't really know, but it's by Tulagi.
Okay. By Tulagi Elementary.
Yeah.
Just the two of you went to Kyle's?
Yeah.
You know how much time you spent there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and just tell me what happened then, or what you did after that.
My dad called me on my cell phone. He was kind of angry. I guess he got locked out or something.
Okay.
So, and he was kind of angry that my car was gone because I'm not really supposed to drive.
Okay. You have a driver's license? Is it your car? Or?
I have a driver's license, but I kind of was a little bit into street racing. I got it.
Oh, so you got.
And I lost my license.
Okay.
Was
in
it restricted?
In Minnesota?
No, in Florida.
Oh, in Florida. Okay.
I can get it back in February.
Okay. So you've got a restricted license.
Yeah.
So Dad is a little upset that you had it.
Yeah.
Is it normal for him not to have keys with him when he?
Sometimes.
Okay, so that's not unusual that he forgot his keys or didn't have a set with him.
Yeah.
So he called you. Do you have any idea what time that was?
I want to say around 5-ish.
Okay. So and that's what time you said you thought he probably got home. And he called you. You were with Kyle.
Yeah, we were in his room.
Okay, so he called you on your cell phone. Okay. And go ahead and then just tell me what happened. What he said or what the deal was.
He sounded pretty upset. I was probably figured he was tired from flying or whatever, so I had Kyle take me home first to let him in the house.
Okay.
Me and Kyle went in the house. He was already in, I guess. He found a land somehow.
Okay.
And he's a little angry. He found a beer bottle in an ashtray with some cigarette butts. So he kind of yelled at me for a little bit about that. But I mean, nothing unusual.
Okay.
And then Kyle took me to the Outback to get my car. I came home, apologized to my dad. He said, well, alright, forget about it. And I watched TV and did some homework.
Okay. When you first got home, you said you thought he found, or he had to have found a way in.
Yeah.
How would he have gotten in the house? Do you think? Is there a way in that you would be able to tell me about?
It might have been our group door into the garage isn't that great.
Okay.
He might have been able to just push it.
Okay. Have you been able to just push the door in before?
No, but the lock doesn't look that good because me and him put the door handle on it.
Okay.
So if I didn't padlock it, he probably could have just pushed it through.
So you have a deadbolt on it?
Yeah.
But if that wasn't locked, you can probably just push the door in.
Yeah.
Okay. He was in the house then when you got home.
Yeah.
Kyle coming with you?
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then you went, how long were you home before you went to get your car?
5 minutes.
You said he found some of the bottles you guys had been drinking out of earlier
Yeah, I found 2 of them.
in an ashtray.
Yeah, and an ashtray.
Does he know you smoke?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he know that you drink on occasion?
Yeah.
Okay, so was it the fact that you left it around or that you were skipping school and doing it?
It's the fact that I had people at our house and I was smoking in the house.
Okay. So he was upset with you about that, but kind of got over it?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember what he said to you or anything like that?
You just told me, can I trust you to leave or something? Am I going on these trips and stuff to not at parties?
Okay. Did he have any knowledge that you had a party the previous weekend with a lot of people over that stayed overnight or anything like that? Okay, that never came up. Okay. And Kyle was there for that discussion? You left and you went and got your car out back?
Mm-hmm.
And then you went straight back home then?
Mm-hmm.
Where did Kyle go?
I guess home.
Okay, he left you out back and that was the end of it for you guys. If you need to get up and use the restroom or some water or something, let me know, okay? Warm up. You got home then from getting the car about what time?
Yeah, about 5:20.
Okay, and do you have room in the garage for your car? Does it sit outside or
It's in the garage.
it's in the garage? So you put your car in the garage and your dad was home then? That time? About 5:20, and then go ahead and tell me what you did for the evening.
I sat down in the chair and did some homework, so he was like, think I was doing something productive. And then maybe about 6 or 7, she went to eat.
Do you know where you went to eat?
He said he was maybe gonna go to the Outback or somewhere else, but I don't remember where that place is.
Okay, so about 6 to 7, you went to eat. Did you stay home at that time?
Yeah.
And you said you were doing some homework, or did you just make it look like you were staying
No, I
busy?
just made it look like I was doing.
Okay, where were you doing that at? What part of the house?
In our family room.
And where is that at?
If you come in our front door on the first floor, it's like straight back and right.
So it's on the main level of the house, or the ground level when you come to the front door?
Yeah.
So you're doing some homework in the family room area. Where is your dad before he goes to eat? Where is he at?
He was upstairs in his room on the phone.
Okay. It might help me if I understand from you a little bit about the layout of your house.
Okay.
So you have how many levels?
3.
3 levels. And if you come in the front door, you have a main level that consists of how many rooms?
Here would be kind of like a living room with like no TV or anything.
Okay.
To the left's the dining room.
Okay.
If you walk like 2 steps up, there's stairs right there that go into an office on a landing.
Okay.
If you were to keep going straight, there's stairs to go down to the basement. And then there's like our living room. There's like a fireplace in between our family room and our kitchen.
That's on the main level now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's like a hallway in between like the dining room and the kitchen that goes to the garage.
So there's a kitchen and a dining room and a living room all on the main level?
Yeah.
And then up a couple steps is an office?
Mm-hmm.
And then is there more steps up from there?
Yeah, there's a few more steps and then there's 4 bedrooms including the master bedroom.
So there's 4 total upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then up again, there's 4 bedrooms. And then if I go downstairs from the main living room, dining room, kitchen area.
There'll be a landing with a laundry room on it.
Okay.
And then a few more stairs down. And the stairs lead right into like, it's kind of like a rec room. I've got a drum set and stuff in there.
Could be like kind of like a cold basement or something.
Yeah, if this was like a stairway, there's like a little wall and you went around and there's my room.
Okay.
And that's the room. And then there's like a hall and there's a closet and the stairs, the bathroom. And then like all right here is just a big room for pool table and some furniture.
Okay. So when Dad's home with you before he goes to eat, you're messing around kind of in the family room area, with school books or computer or school books, any computer or anything like that in there? You have a computer at home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many?
4.
Okay. 4 computers.
And my laptop.
Okay. So does Dad tell you he's gonna go eat, or how does that come up?
Yeah, he asked me if I wanted to go and I told him I wasn't hungry.
Okay. And he then left. Is that right? How did you leave, or what did you leave then?
I don't know which car he took. He probably took the Cadillac.
Okay. And he thought he might have went to Outback, not sure?
Yeah, he said he might go to the Outback and make this in the house.
Okay. If he didn't go there, does he have a favorite spot he would normally go to?
No.
Okay. What time do you think he returned home?
Maybe it's in an hour.
Okay. Anything out of the ordinary when he came home? Did he say anything that occurred, or?
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay. How many exterior doors to your house? I know there's one coming from the garage, and you said there's a front door.
There's two coming from there's one we have like a 2-car garage and a 1-car garage that's pushed out.
Okay.
There's a door there. There's a door on the back of our garage. There's a front door. We could be on the basement from the back of the house. That's the ground level though. There's a sliding door there.
A walkout.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a porch up with the door there.
Okay. A deck or a porch?
A deck.
Okay.
There's no stairs or anything.
No stairs or anything, so you can't use that door. Or can you?
Unless you're good at climbing.
Okay. You typically don't use it here. Okay. So when Dad comes home, again, what time do you think that was?
Maybe about an hour after he left.
Okay, so roughly 7 o'clock if we were to guess.
Yeah.
Does he come in the front door or the garage door?
Sure.
Garage door. Is your house normally locked when you're not home?
Not really. It just depends.
Okay. Do you have an alarm system at the house?
We do, but it's not hooked up.
Okay. Not hooked up or not activated?
It's not activated.
Okay. You've never used it since you've been there? Okay.
There's no code or anything. You couldn't get it to work.
Okay. What's your normal routine when Dad's gone if you leave the house? You lock the house up typically or not?
Not really.
Not
It
really?
just depends on where I'm going and how long.
Okay. What door would you typically use?
The garage door with my car's in the garage.
Okay. Would the other exterior doors to the house normally be locked though?
Not really, because lately, like since we've been moving in, we've had builders come in and out to fix things and change things and stuff.
Okay.
So then, every time he goes away, he tells me to leave the doors unlocked in case they gotta get in or something.
Okay. So he comes home around 7 and comes in the garage door. Where are you at when he comes home?
Still in the family.
Still in the family room? Still looking like you're working on talking to anybody on the phone, or did you have any company or anything at this point in time? Anybody stop by? Any vehicles come by? Any phone never rang to your?
I called Matt Moeller.
Okay. While Dad was at dinner?
Yeah.
Okay. Where was Matt at?
Home.
Okay. And what was the nature of the conversation there? Do you remember?
We were gonna talk about sneaking out tonight to go by state and see if there's any girls and
Okay.
go get some cigarettes and stuff.
Okay. And you called him sometime between 6 and 7 now? Is that right?
Yeah.
So Dad got home at 7 and you were still.
That was on my cell phone, if that matters.
Okay. I'll just note that. But no incoming calls to the house that you're aware of. Okay. And Dad comes home about 7 and you're still in the family room? Do you talk? None at all? Not at all. No words at all were said. And then explain to me what happened next after that.
MacLennan and his father had little interaction. His friends told the police that he only saw his father as a bank and rarely communicated unless he needed money.
He just went upstairs. Actually, he went downstairs and smoked a cigar and played pool for a little while. I think he was on the phone then too. And then he told me to put a load of laundry in the washing machine. And went upstairs. So I guess he read and went to bed or watched TV or something.
Okay. He was playing pool with you or by himself?
By himself.
Okay. And then you said you thought that he was on the phone?
It sounded like it.
Do you know who he would have been on the phone with at all?
No.
Do you have any idea what time that might have been?
No idea.
Okay. Do you remember the phone ringing at all last night?
No.
Okay. What time do you think he went up to bed then?
He was in bed about 9 because I snuck out about 9:30.
Okay. And you had planned, you snuck out with Matt? You had planned to sneak out with Matt? Is this something that you did fairly often, or?
Yeah. I don't usually have to sneak out though.
Because nobody's
I
home?
mean, my dad got home yesterday and he was supposed to leave again tonight.
Oh, he was? Where was he supposed to go to tonight?
Mm.
Okay, do you know for how long or anything like that?
Till Monday.
Till Monday? Okay. But last night you had to sneak out
Yeah.
because otherwise it probably wouldn't have been such a good situation, huh? What did you do when you snuck out?
Um, like how I left her.
Yeah, I mean, did Matt come over to the house?
Yeah, he parked like our driveway and then like our mailbox too. He parked like right there
Okay.
and walked down that side to my back door and then knocked on the door. And then I left with him. We cruised down Vision, a couple of the streets, bought some cigarettes from Go For It about 11. Cruised around some more till about 1:20, 1:30. He dropped me off. I snuck back in that door.
I'm gonna back you up just a second. I'll let you finish what you're gonna explain to me. When he came to your house, he came down to you said that must be the back door. You're talking about the walkout from the basement. Is that what you told him to do, or is that what he's used to doing?
That's what I told him to do.
Okay.
Moeller did return to the house that evening, but they did not go out. Instead, they waited for Ken to get ready for bed while they got into place to carry out their plan.
And other doors in your house at this time locked? Don't know. Okay.
Probably not if we were all home.
Okay. And during this time, it's just you and your father home, correct? So Matt, does Matt come in then?
Yeah.
Okay. And what time do you think he got to your house?
Yeah, like 9:30, 9:35.
Okay. And how long before you left the house then?
Maybe 20 minutes.
Okay. So what did you do in that? What occurred during that time frame?
I went to the bathroom. We sat down. Then we left.
Okay. Were you in the basement level at this point in time? I'm assuming you have bathrooms throughout the house. Which bathroom do you remember using that time?
The one in the basement.
Okay. Did you ever go to check or to tell your dad anything before you left? Did you go upstairs for any reason to check to see if he was sleeping before you snuck out, or did you know he was sleeping?
I didn't think he'd get up. And if he got up, it'd only be to let the dog out.
Okay.
I'm probably too tired to notice if my lights are out. He probably won't.
Okay. Does he normally come down and check on you or anything like that?
Not really, not since we moved here.
Okay. So you, from the time Matt got there, you never left the basement?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't hear anything go on? Again, the phone never rang? Nobody stopped by? Okay. You left, 20 minutes after he got there? Should have been 9:45, maybe 10 to 10?
Maybe 10 to 20.
Okay, so somewhere before 10 o'clock you left. And then what did you guys do?
Just drove around.
In what vehicle?
His car.
Okay.
So, Mazda.
Okay.
And then, I guess we drove around for close to an hour. About 11, got some cigarettes from Go For It.
Yeah, you Go For It. I think there's a couple in town. Which one were you guys at?
The one by Tech.
Okay, the one over by
The
Subway.
Subway and stuff.
Okay.
Trying to think of the times. We went to a holiday too, actually.
Which holiday?
The one by McStop.
What did you go to holiday for?
He stole a couple of pops. He might know one.
Okay. Like I said, those details are things that it's just important that we get the facts straight. And
He got a couple pops from there, and then we just cruised around some more smoking cigarettes.
So Go For It, you stopped for cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what time you stopped there?
Around 11.
11, you said? Okay. And then you went to holiday and he got a couple pops. Is that right? Do you remember what time that was?
Maybe around 12. Maybe earlier though.
So after the cigarettes though?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, what did you do after that?
Just cruised around, drove back down 33rd, and I don't know what road it is, but the one after Cooper, we took a right, went down that way. And then about 1:20ish, 1:30ish, he dropped me back off.
Okay. Did you guys see anybody else during the evening? Hang out with anybody else? Call anybody? Anything like that? Um, did you have a phone with?
I had my stuff with.
Did he have a phone with?
No.
Okay. So nobody, did anybody call you guys?
No.
And you never made any phone calls last night that you remember when you were with him? You never stopped anywhere where anybody would have seen you other than the two
Just
places
those
you
two
mentioned?
places.
Excuse me. And you said he dropped you off about what time?
120-ish, 130-ish.
Okay. And can you just explain to me what he did when he dropped you off?
He pulled like in front of the driveway. I didn't think this was important, but the officer last night wanted to know. He pulled like in front of the driveway. He didn't pull in. And I got out and walked across the driveway and back across that same side that we left. And went back in that sliding door. And I took my shoes off. Took my shower.
Okay.
Went upstairs to get a drink. And I heard my dog crying and I looked over and I was just kind of on the ground.
When officers responded to MacLennan's 911 call, they found Ken MacLennan on the floor with a puddle of blood at his feet. He had been shot 7 times in the chest, head, throat, and 1 in the hand. It was believed that he raised his hand in self-defense when the first shot was being fired.
Okay. When you got home and you walked across the driveway, did you walk past the front door? You didn't. And I'm not familiar with the house, so you don't have to walk past the front door to get to where you were headed down to the back door. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So you took the same path then around the side of the house and to the back door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did Matt come in with you?
No.
Did he just drive away?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you see anything suspicious around the house or anything like that when you got there?
I wasn't really looking.
Okay. So when you came in, did you have to unlock the door?
No.
Okay. And you had left it unlocked?
Mm-hmm.
And you said, is it a sliding door? Did you leave it, had a screen to it too or not?
Yeah, but I think the screen was open.
Okay. And was the door shut or open? I mean, standing open?
No, it was shut.
It was shut, but unlocked. Okay. And you came back in that door, and then you said you took your shoes off.
Mm-hmm.
Is that normal that you take your shoes off right there at that point?
Yeah, there's a lot of snow on the ground.
Okay.
I didn't want to drag it up to the house.
So, and then explain to me again what you did after you took your shoes off.
Went into my room, took my coat off, took my shirt off, went in the bathroom, showered, brushed my teeth, went into the laundry room, grabbed a couple pairs of like pants and shirt I was wearing.
Okay.
And then went back into my room and threw my jeans on my bed. And then went upstairs to get a drink and then saw nothing on my bed.
Okay. Do you normally take a shower late at night when you get home like that? Okay. Would that have normally woken your father up? No. What shower do you use?
The one in the basement.
The one in the basement. So that's by your bedroom then?
Mm-hmm.
And then you said you took your shoes off and then you went to your room and took your clothes off? Is that right? Do you remember what clothes you had on last night? I don't know if they asked you that question or not.
Yeah, the Tony bigger shirt. It's like white with gray stripes. And blue jeans. I think they're polo.
Polo blue jeans?
Yeah.
Do you remember shoes, boots, or?
Yeah, or my Nikes that I wear at work.
Okay, Nike tennis shoes?
Yeah.
A certain color or brand, or I mean style, model?
They're white ankle cuts with blue checks on them.
Nike tennis shoes.
They're pretty old.
Pretty old. Okay. White with blue swoosh on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you took your pants and your shirt and stuff off in your bedroom?
No, my pants.
Not your pants. You took your shirt off
and my jacket.
And your jacket off in the bedroom. And then took your pants off where?
In the bathroom.
The bathroom. And socks.
In the bathroom.
Okay. And then you took a shower, brushed your teeth,
mm-hmm.
and I'm sorry, you said then you did
went into the laundry room to get clothes,
laundry room is up one.
in between the main floor.
Okay, to get some of your own clothes done.
Yeah, try.
And do you remember what you grabbed?
Yeah, they're like bluish pants with a gray kind of ribbed shirt. They have all my clothes.
Okay. Okay, both of what you described to me?
Yeah.
And
a white t-shirt under.
Okay. That's the set of clothes that they have?
Mm-hmm.
But not the Tommy shirt you're talking about earlier, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you put a white t-shirt and what kind of shirt on?
It's like a gray silverish kind.
Okay, and then did you put pants on too?
Yeah, they're blue, but they're not denim, they're just kind of blue pants.
Okay. And then put anything else on, do you remember?
Socks.
Socks. Did you do that in the laundry room?
Yeah. I got dressed downstairs.
In your bedroom or somewhere downstairs? And then you went upstairs to get some water?
Yeah, I went to get a drink.
Is that the kitchen then?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you come upstairs from your basement there, how do you get to the kitchen?
If you're coming up the stairs in the kitchen, there's that hallway from my front door.
Mm-hmm.
And this hallway keeps going back. Because you can go into that dining room this way. There's an entrance here and an entrance there, and then the kitchen entrance is here. It's like garage and closet.
Okay. Might be helpful if I could have you just diagram it for me.
The first floor?
Yeah.
Alright, so, let's see.
You can just do it squares. It doesn't have to be to scale or anything like that.
That's my front door.
Okay.
This will be the living room. That'll be the dining room. It'll be like this hallway right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just door here. Door here. Door here. Stairs go up here to this landing. That's the office.
Okay.
Stairs down are like right there.
Okay.
There's the family room. Sliding door there. And then that's the hallway. It's going down.
Okay. Where's the kitchen?
Right here.
Okay.
There's the garage door here. Door there. Door there.
Can you just put a K there? That can make sense. This is
The TV room.
TV. Okay, and this is the office. That's fine. And then this is
Door here.
dining room. Any other rooms on the main floor? Right? This is
Yes.
garage. Is that right? Just put a G or something for garage there. So you.
There was.
Okay, and this is the front door.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are coming out from
here. You're going to up my door.
Okay, are you coming up these stairs right here?
Yeah, the ones from the basement.
And you're planning on going where?
Here.
Okay,
To come through there.
so you have to go around here and go through this hallway to get into the kitchen.
I could have gone this way, I guess.
Okay, so explain to me then as you go up the stairs what happened.
I came up the stairs, looked over and heard the dog. I saw my dad and I just kind of stood there for a moment. I didn't really know what to do. And then right in here, there's a desk with the phone on it. And I grabbed the phone and ran into the garage and kind of ducked behind my car and called the cops because I didn't know if anyone was still in the house.
Okay,
And then the police officers came.
okay. Were you wearing the same clothes that you had just put on downstairs then?
Yeah.
Any shoes or anything or coat? Did you have time to throw anything on?
I just ran out of the house.
Okay. And then I know it's difficult, but if you can explain to me, if I have this right, you had to come up these steps, right? So as you look here, you're kind of looking,
I'm like looking over.
and it's level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you see from this point? Can you see over here?
To where my dad was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then describe to me as best you can what you saw.
I just saw him laying there with the dog crying.
Okay.
I saw blood, like, kind of like right here by where he was. And he's just not moving. I kind of like tried to stare just to see if I could start breathing. It didn't look like.
Okay. Did you get very close to him? Any idea how close? The closest you might have gotten?
Not more than 6 inches out of the doorway of the stairs.
Not more than 6 inches out of where?
There's the stairs up
Okay.
into the out of the basement.
And then you went for the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. At any point you never touched him to see? You just tried to observe if you could see if he was breathing or not. Did you see any marks or injuries to him?
Looked like blood on his head, but I can't tell.
Okay.
It was kind of dark.
What was your first thought? What did you think had happened?
I thought maybe he fell, but then it was way too. You wouldn't be bleeding like that if he fell down the stairs and would still be breathing.
Okay.
I figured someone shot him or stabbed him.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Did you think, did you say anything? Do you remember hollering or anything like that to see if you get a response?
Yeah.
Did you think that that you weren't going to hear a response from him?
Didn't like my dad's never really kind of considers himself a tough guy. He would be laying on the ground.
He does consider himself a tough guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you wouldn't be laying on the ground like that.
Okay. So was your thought that he wasn't alive at the time?
I didn't know. I thought there might still be a chance.
Okay. So you picked up the phone and the first call you made was
911.
okay. Did you call anybody else?
No.
Okay. At any point in the evening, did you hear anything? See anything? I mean, is there anything that you can think of that would?
The rest of the night I spent in a police car in here.
Okay. And I understand it was just you and your father, correct? You had no other family really close by here or anything like that?
No, definitely.
Okay. And do you have any aunts or uncles or grandparents?
That live in here.
Okay. So no family at all in Minnesota. Dad never remarried? Okay.
He had a girlfriend, but she's from Switzerland because he used to work for Tupperware and he was located in Switzerland.
Okay.
And after 9/11, like, they kind of caught her coming into the country a lot and sent her out. And she didn't want to go back, and he didn't want to go there. So.
Okay. Jason, you know that obviously officers in our department has to go to the house and they have to look through things and gather as much possible information as they
I
can.
was just gonna go stay at Matt's house.
Okay.
I don't want to be there.
And you and I will have a chance to talk about that in just a little bit, okay? I'll help you out with that, okay? What I wanted to ask you is, I told you before, I said I'm not concerned with what kind of things been going on as far as behavior or what you guys are into. I mean, I worked with kids your age, people your age long enough to understand that, hey, what goes on. But it's important for me to know when officers go out there, if we're going to be surprised by any findings that we have at the house, anything that you can think of, that we're going to find that would surprise or be out of the ordinary, raise any questions.
Maybe some beaners for weed
And I don't care about that. I don't care about that kind of stuff.
I mean, you won't even find any weed. I don't even like doing that.
Okay. And I'm not worried, like I said, if I found another load of weed, I'm not concerned. Okay, that's not the issue. Anything else that you can think of? If that's gonna raise any questions. Any thoughts or ideas as to who would want to do any harm to you or your family?
Why?
Okay. Yeah, I'm asking you. I don't know either.
The police investigated everyone close to Ken. While relations with his fiancée were strained, she was in Sweden at the time of his death. The only one with a motive and a desire to see him dead was MacLennan.
Me and my dad were really close, but
You were or you were not?
we're not. But I didn't promise him.
Okay. To your knowledge, nobody ever did have any problems with him? How was the relationship that you and he had?
We just kind of tried to stay at each other's head.
Okay. He's your biological father, is that right?
Okay.
And you tried to stay out of each other's hair, or did you have tendency to get on each other's nerves, or?
No, we kind of had a tendency to throw parties when he was going. Skip school and take his car. Stupid shit. Yeah.
Okay. Kind of end up making him upset.
Yeah, but nothing major.
Okay. Are there You live in a nice neighborhood and fairly nice home. I'm assuming you're familiar a little bit with that area of town. Are there valuables inside the house that somebody would want to have access to or want to get in for?
I don't really know what he had. He carries cash on him.
Do you know how much typically?
I've never seen him with less than like $1,000 in his pocket.
Okay, so he usually has 1,000 cash in his pocket.
Yeah. And he's got a couple of watches, I guess, and a laptop for.
Okay, are his watches Rolexes or something like that, or
I don't know what they're.
are they quite expensive watches?
Yeah. His favorite one that he wore all the time was gold.
Okay,
I don't think he had another one with a black strap. I hadn't seen him wear it in a while.
okay. How about any other valuables?
Just TVs and stuff.
Okay, just regular property, furniture, and things like
Yeah.
that. Did he keep large amounts of cash at home?
No,
No. Did you have a home safe?
not that I know.
Okay. How about antiques, guns, collections of any kind? Collectibles?
He used to have a .38 pistol, but I haven't seen that since we lived in Florida.
Okay.
I thought he got rid of it.
Okay. Do you know why he had that?
I don't know, it was never fired or anything.
Okay. Was it a collectible or something?
No, one of his friends in Florida was kind of a gun collector, and I guess he talked to him and wanted to show him, get him.
Okay. Was it a revolver?
Was it what?
Was it a revolver?
No.
No. Do you know what kind or anything like that?
I just know it's black.
And you know the difference between revolver and semi-automatic? Pretty sure it was a .38.
I don't know what's possible.
Okay, and you said he had it in Florida. Do you think he got rid of it, or is it possible he still had it up here?
I guess it's possible.
Okay,
If he had it here, it's probably in a bank or something in the safety deposit box.
okay. Did he have safety deposit boxes at local banks?
I'm sure he's got a couple here, and then he's got a couple in Canada, and then he's got a couple in Florida.
Okay. Do you have access to those or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have access to where you want accounts together? You mean?
Yeah, there's a SunTrust account in Florida that's both of our names, but I never really touched it. I drained it one time and he flipped.
Okay. Is SunTrust meaning son, father, son? That type
No,
of
no, that's the name of the bank.
like a SUN.
Yeah,
SunTrust.
it used to be called SunBank.
So SunTrust and that account is still open?
Yeah,
But do you know if it has funds in it or anything like that?
we got stuff in there, but it's not my business to open it.
Okay. You don't access it anymore then?
I've got one thing here.
Any other things in the home? I mean, have people been over? It sounds like you've had people in and out of your house.
People are always in our house between like builders and like, I mean, we had a leak from upstairs bathroom into the main floor bathroom. We had our counters re-granited and our fireplace had granite with wood on the bottom put on. They had to do some work to the front of the house. The builder had to bring us the garage door openers and stuff.
Did you have the house built when you moved to town?
No, it was already built.
It was. So when has all this work been being done on the house?
While we were living in it, because
Okay.
we bought the house from the builder, because the builder bought it, and I guess there was a leak in the basement or something,
Okay.
and it was a lawyer that lived there, and he sued the builder. So the builder just said, "I'll buy it back from you," I guess.
Okay.
He fixed it,
You bought it.
and we bought it for him.
When was the work complete that all these guys have been doing on it?
I don't know. My dad told me they were supposed to come in this week, but as far as I can tell, they never came in because I skipped school all week, and
Do you know what they were supposed to do this week on it?
I didn't to look at that leak still.
Look at the leak in the basement.
No, it's if you're on the main floor, you can look up at the roof, put that in the bathroom there, and above the sink, there's like it's kind of dry now, but you can see where the water spots are.
Okay, so it's been leaking through the shingles on the roof or something.
Well, there's another bathroom above.
Okay. Any other reasons you think, or persons that have been over, acquaintances, people that seemed odd, that would want to come in and take something or do some harm? Did your dad ever share business things with you?
Mhm.
Personal stuff? So he's never explained to you that there's been a problem? Did he talk to you about having any encounters while he was out to dinner last night?
He's never did talk like that.
Does he have friends in town?
Sure he does.
Do you know of any acquaintances or people that he would talk to on a regular basis in St. Cloud?
It's just people from work. He doesn't really go out and hang out with people or
Okay.
anything.
When was last night, a normal routine for him when he was home?
Yeah, it seemed pretty normal.
Okay. And when you first saw him, how was he dressed?
What was he wearing?
Yeah.
Maybe Kyle would remember. I want to say khaki pants with some sort of collared shirt.
Okay. How about when you returned home from sneaking out and you saw him on the floor?
Yeah, it is robe.
Okay, is that normal for him to wear a robe? Does he wear a robe to bed?
Yeah.
Sleeps in a robe? You don't
I would imagine that.
Okay. Do you know what time he normally goes to bed?
He usually goes up like 9:30, but he reads or watches TV. I don't know what time he goes to sleep.
And is he usually up pretty early in the morning?
Yeah, he's usually up before me.
And what time would that be?
Some days he's up at like 5, but some days he'll be up at 7.
Okay. Can he was due to leave again today or tonight? Tonight.
Someone's gonna have to call us work or something.
Okay. There are a couple things I want to check on, and I want to return this phone call that I got a little while ago here. Do you need restroom or water or anything?
I'll go to the bathroom and find water. So
You're fine with the water? Don't need any yet? How about food?
I just want to get out of here.
I know you do, and I need to do a few things, make a phone call, and then you and I sit down and talk about what to do from here, okay? Gosh, I don't have the people hanging over there. And you use this for restroom or anything else. I'll try to get as comfortable as you can in these circumstances, and I'll be back with you, okay? I'm tired, but probably not as tired as you are now.
Really tired.
Aren't you, did you get a chance to get a little bit of rest in here this morning?
I fell asleep a couple times.
Good job. I had to return some phone calls, and then I had a chance to just looking for some of the stuff that started to come in for reports that previous officers have taken. And I wanted to take a look at that just so I can try to clear up some details that we were unsure of initially. And of course, when something like this happens, we have a lot of people getting a lot of different information, and we gotta try to put it all together. So I'm gonna try to make some sense of it. A couple things you had said, kind of what you did when you got home, and then you told me when you got home, you took your shoes off and you went in and took your shirt and coat off, and then you took your pants off and your socks off in the bathroom, right? And showered. At some point, you washed some clothes. Is that right? Now, you had not been upstairs prior to this. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So you washed some clothes before or after your shower?
Before I snuck out.
Before you snuck out, because Dad had asked you to.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what you washed? Was it stuff for him or for you?
It was for me. I know there's a couple pair of sweatpants in there, but I don't know exactly what's in them.
Okay. Why did he ask you to wash clothes? Do you know?
Because I kind of have a habit of just throwing them on the floor in my bathroom. There's probably still a bunch there.
Okay.
And that kind of pisses me off.
MacLennan is confident that the police will find nothing on his clothing, since the ones he wore during the murder have been disposed of in a swampy area on Moeller's property.
Yes.
Okay. So he asked you to wash some clothes, and you did so.
Yeah.
Did you wash any clothes when you got home?
No.
No. So the clothes that you had on during the day yesterday would be where now?
I think my shirt's in my hamper in my room. My jeans should be on my bed with my cell phone and cigarettes and all that stuff still in it. I think my jacket's on my bed too.
Jeans on the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that shirt in the hamper.
Yeah.
Did you have anything with you today when you came? Did you have any?
Like stuff in my pockets?
Yeah, you got jeans on? So you don't have any pockets?
These aren't my clothes.
How about your car keys and stuff like that
They're probably in my jeans.
in your jeans? Would that be normal?
Yeah.
Do you have a place where you hang keys normally? No. Okay. Where does your dad keep keys for his vehicles at?
Either upstairs or in the kitchen counter.
Okay. But yours would probably be in your jeans.
Yeah. Or on the dresser.
Okay. So you remember washing before you left them, but not after, right? And you said it was a couple pairs of sweatpants and some stuff.
Yeah, I had some stuff in the dryer and I had another one. The stuff in the dryer was from a day or two ago, and
Okay.
the stuff in the washing machine was what he asked me to put in.
Okay. And when you came up the steps from the basement, when you did go upstairs to get a drink, you explained that explain that to me once again if you can. What you first saw.
I just saw him laying there. The dog was kind of by his head crying. He didn't really look at me moving. It looked like he kind of was like laying weird, like shell or something. I just kind of stood there looking. I didn't really see that he was breathing or anything. It was kind of dark. I grabbed the phone. I hit the switch for the hall light. Grabbed the phone and ran out into the garage and called 911.
Okay. So, I was going to ask you too, when you went upstairs, well, when you left the house, first of all, what lights did you leave on, if any?
When I left to sneak out,
Yeah.
if I left any, it would have been like the light in my room.
Okay. Were any of the lights on in the main portion of the house, on the main floor or upstairs?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't.
Did you leave any on purposely?
No.
No. So when you returned and you went upstairs and you first saw it laying there, were any lights on?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did you turn any lights on in the house?
I turned the lights in the hall that goes in between the kitchen and the dining room, the garage and stuff. I turned that one on.
And that would be, you are coming up from
It
here,
would be
right?
this whole light.
Okay.
It lights up this whole area.
So you're coming up from here,
Yeah.
is that right? And you can look down to your right then and you can see.
Yeah, like once I get up to the last step, I can see the door.
Oh,
I can
you're
see
coming
up.
up from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are the stairs up. These are the ones up.
Okay.
In the basement, those are the ones up.
So are any of these lights on at first?
I don't think so.
Okay. How is that area normally lit? Is it pretty dark then at that time?
No, you should still see pretty good.
You can see pretty good.
Yeah.
Where's the light?
There's
coming?
2 windows through there, and there's windows in there. And these windows usually have blinds drawn. Right here, there's a big sliding door that you can see through.
Are there street lights outside that illuminate the inside of the house, or outside lights on the house, or where would the light be coming from?
I don't think there's street lights. If it was anything, it'd probably just be like or something.
Okay. But do you recall last night? Do you recall this area being well lit enough to you where you could see what?
I could see enough to like tell what color the rope was gonna have or something.
Okay. And what color was it?
It was greenish.
Okay.
It had some blue in it.
Okay. And when you got to this point, did you stop and then look?
I kind of stopped right there, facing this way.
Okay. How far is it from here to here?
Maybe me to the chair, me to the wall.
This chair or the wall?
Yeah, it's not there.
6 feet 5 feet?
Yeah, it's not very far.
Okay. And as you're standing here facing the front door then, is that right? And what position is the body in?
His head was over here. His legs were that way. He was on his back.
Okay. And did you ever take any steps? Did you ever go toward that direction at all? Okay. And then what did you do from there?
Ran over here and put my hand in the kitchen and grabbed the phone and ran out of the couch.
Okay. Turn the light on here, grab the phone, and then went out to the garage. Okay. Are there normally any lights on in the main portion of your home at night?
Just that one of us left them on.
Okay, are the kitchen lights on or anything like that? No. Do you see anything disturbed inside the house at that time?
No.
When you got home, had you guys been drinking or smoking any weed or anything in the evening, just during the day?
I don't even think I smoked weed yesterday.
Okay. Just drank a very little bit, you said earlier? Is that right?
Yeah, maybe one beer.
Okay. Were you under the influence of anything at all last night? And I think I have another question for you. So when you got home, you didn't leave the back light on the porch or the patio door or any of that kind of stuff? And no lights on basically other than maybe your bedroom light, is that right? Okay. Jason, I know this is a difficult thing for you to be going through, okay? And my job isn't a whole lot easier being one of the officers trying to put all these pieces together, okay? It's just really important for you, because I don't know you. I don't know what kind of person you are. But it's really important for me to illustrate to you that we get the facts and that we get the truth. And that we get it as soon as possible. I'm trying to put this whole thing together, and it's kind of like putting a puzzle together. You know what I mean? And I have to be honest with you that some of the things that we've discussed, I believe you've been truthful with me about. But there's other things that seem to not match up. And this is just, in my experience in doing this and talking to people and working with people on things, there's things that we have to fill in the gaps for, okay? There's pieces of the puzzle that just don't match up. You know what I mean?
What does match up?
What I want to explain to you is that I want to make sure we have all the facts laid out, because right now it's important that you have that we have your honesty, okay? And it's important that we establish that now rather than to find out things later. After something comes up at the residence or in further conversations with friends or acquaintances, something that we have to go back and ask you about that you weren't truthful with us on. That's going to make things a lot worse for you. Do you understand that? We've talked to Matt, and we've talked to Kyle and some other friends, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And some of the things just aren't adding up exactly the way they should be.
Like what?
Couple of things. When was the last time, I think one of the officers today did some gunshot residue tests on your hands, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you would have fired a weapon of any kind?
Earlier this week at Matt's house.
Earlier this week. What day do you think?
2 tests were performed on MacLennan. Both came back negative.
Maybe Sunday, maybe Saturday. Boy.
Because it's important for me to understand why there would be any gunshot residue on your skin or anything like that. And
That wasn't what they-
those are the facts that I want to, well, those are the things I want to clear up with you. I need to find out exactly, when you would have fired a weapon, what kind of weapon it would have been that you fired, that type of thing, okay?
Okay.
Earlier this week at Matt's,
Yeah.
that's Matt Moeller.
Yeah.
What day do you remember? I know you said, but
Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday or Sunday.
He had like me and Clinton, Tamar, Kayla over that night.
Okay.
His little brother was there. We were shooting a sign across the street from his house.
Okay. Colette and Tamar?
Yeah, I don't know Tamar's last name.
Is it Tamar or Tamara?
Tamar.
Is that's a girl?
Yeah.
So that was Saturday or Sunday night?
Yeah.
Were his parents home?
Yeah.
No. What were you shooting?
A rifle.
Do you know what kind?
Yeah.
Do you know what caliber? What color?
Black.
Black. Where were you shooting that at?
His front porch.
Okay. Front porch meaning as you're facing the garage? The garage doors? To the right or to the left?
His front porch. He lives kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's like his garage is like.
I've been to his house. I'm familiar with
It's
his
like in
garage.
front of his house.
Right.
There's like a sign like right there.
Okay. And the garage is here then?
Yeah.
Okay. So a road sign is what you're shooting?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was all shooting the gun that day?
Me and that. His little brother's friend.
Do you know the little brother's friend's name?
No, I don't even know his little brother's name.
Okay. And that was a rifle you said?
Yeah.
You don't know what, are you familiar with guns?
Not really.
Not really? Where did this one come from?
I don't know.
You know? Who provided it or how did you get in possession of it?
That's a little brother had it, I think.
Okay. So you're not very familiar with the guns at all? I know you mentioned you thought your dad had a 38 at one point.
And I can kind of tell like,
Okay.
like size and stuff. It was kind of small. It wasn't like a shotgun.
Okay, it wasn't a BB gun?
No.
Okay. And it wasn't a shotgun? 22, the high-powered rifle?
I don't know. It didn't seem that.
Did you see the shells or ammunition for it?
Yeah, maybe that big.
That long?
Yeah.
How big around?
Not very big.
Bigger than my pen?
I doubt it.
Okay.
The weapon used to kill Ken was Moeller's .22 rifle. They used 4 different types of ammunition to try to confuse the police.
Do you remember how it operated?
There was a thing on the side.
Like a
Yeah.
bolt?
Yeah.
Did you have to
You
bring
had
it
to
up
like
before?
do that thing. To
Okay.
shoot him.
Each time you had to do that
Yeah.
before it would fire?
Yeah.
Where did you put the bullets in at?
In a clip. That's
On
what
the
it's called,
side
right?
or underneath? Yep.
One of those things to do this on the bottom.
Okay. And you're shooting at a road sign?
Yeah.
Had you ever done that before?
No.
How many times do you think you fired that gun that night?
A lot.
A lot. You yourself?
Yeah.
Like what's a lot? Give me an idea.
I filled the clip at least 4 or 5 times for myself.
And how many does the clip hold?
I don't know. Over 6.
Over 6. So 6 times, so 6 times, so 30, so at least 30 rounds or more?
Yeah.
Was that other people were shooting too? Were they shooting as much as you were, or?
They,
They were? Okay. Did you shoot the gun anywhere else other than on the front step? Okay.
the
Now,
front yard, we went down the step. They had like CO2 cartridges they threw in the grass.
Okay. Was this just this past weekend, just a few days ago, or a week ago?
I believe it was just this one, not this one that just passed, but the one before that.
So we're about a week or 8 days ago, 8 or 9 days ago.
I guess so.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just this past weekend while your father was out of town. It was a week ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you shot any weapons since that point in time? No? Is there any reason that you would have any gunshot residue on your hands?
No.
No. Is there any reason that any of the clothing that you have at your house would have any blood on it?
Mm-mm.
No reason at all.
Well, besides my blood.
Not besides yours?
Yeah.
Where would you have blood from, or what clothes would you have blood from?
I don't know that guy who cuts the hair.
Okay.
I'm always scraping up my hands.
Would that be on the clothes that you would have had on yesterday or anything?
No, I doubt it.
You doubt it.
Blood on
There
it.
shouldn't be blood on anything that you had on. Is there any reason that that any of your friends would tell something that wasn't true about you or about these circumstances?
I wouldn't see why.
Okay.
They messed up or just got something wrong. Maybe I messed up and didn't remember something right.
Is there anything that you can think of that you didn't remember right? That the reason I emphasize that, Jason, and like I told you earlier, facts are very important and the truth is very important. It's harder for us. It's actually harder on you to have to confront issues later on down the road that that weren't the truth up front. You know what I mean? And I don't know you. I don't know the type of relationship that you had with your father, good or bad, other than sitting down and talking with you a little bit here today to try to understand a little bit what was going on. You know, we know what happened, obviously. We know the circumstances we're dealing with. Our efforts are to try to find out why. That's the important part of today.
Mm-hmm.
Not what happened, but why it happened. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's all kinds of different explanations for why. Facts are the facts, and we deal with the facts, like I said, with what happened. But why did it happen? That's what we're trying to figure out. And when things don't fit together, and it makes it more difficult,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it makes it more difficult for you.
Well, my hands were like firecrackers or anything caused that?
The powders from fireworks and guns are not the same, and using fireworks will not show up on a gunpowder residue test.
On your hands?
Yeah.
When did you handle firecrackers?
The other day.
What day do you think?
Sunday.
No.
Maybe Saturday. Like, I want to make sure I tell you that right there. Sunday evening.
Sunday evening. Would that have been just a couple of days ago Sunday, or a week
This
ago?
past Sunday.
Okay, Sunday evening?
Yeah.
Where did you handle firecrackers at?
I went for a walk.
You went for a walk?
Yeah. I
What,
didn't want to do it right in front of my house.
where'd you go for a walk at?
Down Cooper, there's like a field. Like, if you went right out of my neighborhood and through the stop sign, Cooper gets kind of tore up and there's big fields there.
Okay,
I was shooting bottle rockets out of my hands with them.
okay. Do you remember what kind of bottle rockets?
I don't know, they were kind of old. I had them in my trunk. It's in my room for years.
In a trunk in your room?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any left?
No.
None left? Do you remember where you initially?
There might be one in there, but
In the trunk yet?
yeah, you guys have to look. I don't think so.
Okay. You remember what kind they were, anything like that? Just regular
They
bottle
just had
rockets?
like the stick on them.
Do you remember how many you might have lit off?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Did that Sunday night?
Yeah, before a guy came over.
So you were alone when you did it?
Yep.
Did you tell anybody about doing that? No? Is that something you normally do, or?
Not really. I just found him. I didn't want to let him off in my neighborhood. I thought my neighbors might complain or something.
Have you ever done it before since you've been in St. Cloud, lit off any fireworks?
I want to say I lit off those ones that are all connected to one piece of rope.
The
I
firecracker?
can't think of when I would have done it.
How many bottle rockets did you start out with that night?
About 4 or 5.
Okay, so you lit them all up to your knowledge and that's all you had?
Yeah, I just went back.
Okay. Would we be able to find those over there, do you think?
Good luck.
Okay.
Although the detective was skeptical, a search of the field was made. There was no evidence that MacLennan or anyone else had set off fireworks.
The reason I ask is because there's likely going to be a difference between that, you know, the material left behind by those and the material left behind by gunshot residue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Did that just come back positive or something?
I have to check for sure, but I'm just again asking you, you know, why there would be on your hands. You know what I mean?
No, and it's your job, and I know. Well,
And like I said, I can't stress it enough, Jason, how important it is that we get to the bottom of it and that we get the facts straight. No two situations are the same. No two circumstances are the same. And these kinds of things, in our experience, happen for a variety of different reasons. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're, we have cold-blooded people out there that are intent on hurting people. And sometimes we have something that went wrong, completely out of character and completely unintentional, and everything in between. So the circumstances are always, always different. And that's why I said, what happened is obvious to us, but why it happened isn't so obvious. And that's why you and I are sitting here talking today. I'm trying to help you
Are there any exclusive why it happened?
as best I can. Well, that's what I'm asking you.
How should I know?
Well, that's why we're sitting here talking. You understand what I mean? I'm looking for your help in putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and looking for those parts that don't fit up, that don't match up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to help you get out of here.
And when we talk about, things like some of the evidence or some of the things that have been taken from you and some of the things that we're going to find at the home, this is the time for us to talk about that. This is the time for us to explain that kind of stuff rather than try to explain it later. You know what I mean? And that's why I talked about your friends. If there's any reason that they would say anything that about problems at home or something that happened or comments that might have been made.
No, they didn't really have any comments. I mean, even when Kyle was there, my dad didn't really say anything bad.
Okay. How did you feel toward your dad?
What, like in general?
In general.
I don't know, we had our differences just because we were so similar. I mean, I love the guy.
Was he hard on you?
Not really. I mean, as long as I went to school and put an effort in.
Ken was cold and difficult to please. MacLennan had a seething resentment toward his father because of how he treated his mother while she was dying of cancer. Ken ignored her, often going off for long periods and leaving MacLennan to care for her.
I didn't really have any problems.
But you hadn't been doing that lately, had you?
No, I've been kind of slacking this last time I left.
Did that cause some problems?
No, he didn't really know. The school called him, but I told him that I just missed home.
Okay. Did either one of you do anything in the past to upset each other? Hurt each other's feelings?
No, we always did stuff. He cheated on my mom and he was never there growing up. I took the car and had parties in the house.
Okay. So I guess to handle one thing at a time, to upset you, you said he cheated on your mom?
Yeah,
You said your mom passed away when you were 14, right?
Yeah, they were still married.
Okay. And how do you know that was going on?
Because I would find stuff. I found notes from this girlfriend.
Okay. And obviously, did your mother find out?
I don't know.
You never told her?
No.
You ever confront your dad about it?
Yeah.
When did you do that?
I'm only looking for it.
And how did that go?
We had a couple fights. Got over it.
Physical fights?
No.
Did he ever admit to you?
Never
did. But you still have your suspicions and...
Well, they're not suspicions. I found notes.
So
they were dated.
Okay. Do you have still have hard feelings over that? No? How do you feel toward that person then?
To his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Wasn't a big fan of her. I gave her a pretty hard time for a while when she was living with us.
Okay. Did she have a little bit of here?
No.
No? She ever visited here?
Yeah.
She did?
I don't think she ever saw this house.
Okay. Never been in this house as far as you.
Actually, that's not true. When we bought the house, she went with me to go look at it and stuff. But after we moved in and that furniture, she's never been
there. Okay. How about you? You said that you upset Dad quite a bit with parties and taking the car.
Yeah, and I hadn't really gotten in trouble since we moved here.
Okay. Is yesterday maybe one of the first times he got upset with you recently?
He didn't really get upset with me yesterday.
He wasn't upset with the fact that you didn't go to school and that you'd been drinking in the house and stuff?
He didn't really know that I didn't go to school. I just told him that I missed home. That's what I called.
Okay.
The drinking, he only found 2 bottles. He wasn't, going crazy or anything.
Okay. Did he inquire as to where you got it or what the hell's going on? None of that kind of stuff? Was somebody there when he had a discussion with you about finding it out? Kyle was there?
But it wasn't really a discussion. He
Okay.
just kind of said something and then I left and he came back and apologized to him. It's kind of
Okay. When he was talking to you about laundry, did he have any further discussions with you about duties around the house or nothing like that? Did you talk to him for very long? Not at all. But he never mentioned anything to you about getting your act together, about
No.
getting back on track.
Right. No, I just said something about getting my act together.
Do you remember what
That's
it
kind
was
of
you
his
said?
usual comment. I just kind of usually brush him off and say I'm sorry. He usually gets over it and you get over it.
Okay. I'm gonna take you back again just for a second because I wasn't really clear on it earlier. When you came home, you ended up going upstairs and you're grabbing the phone. Do you remember what you said when you called? Called the police department first. You said you called 911, right?
Yeah. I was just kind of in shock. I said something. I said I thought that he'd been shot or stabbed and there was blood on the ground. And I said I needed an ambulance.
Okay.
And I kept asking when the police were going to get here. I think that was basically it. She told me to keep my hands where the cops could see him. That's good.
Did you hear any shots?
Mm-hmm.
None. No. Did you hear anything at all?
Just a dog crying.
Okay. And why didn't you check on your father to see if there's something that you could do? Did you think that there's any?
On all those shows and stuff, like Law and Order and stuff, I always watch those and they always, like, people that do that and stuff, they get in trouble. Like, the cops tell them you're not supposed to do that. You can't bring the scene or the evidence, or if he fell and his neck was broke, you paralyze him by moving him or something.
Did you call out to him to see if he'd talk to you?
By the way, my dog was just sitting there. And the dog was all licking his face and sitting right there. He would have moved.
Okay, so you did not think that he was alive at that time, then? Is that right or not?
I thought he might be unconscious. And
Okay.
there was no
But you didn't feel for a pulse or anything like that. You said that you saw some blood when you first got up there. Where did you see that at? Go ahead.
Like, these are the stairs. Like, these stairs would actually be a little bit more in line with that doorway.
Okay.
And there's kind of like a little Inco kind of thing with the sewing machine. I could see blood like right there by the corner of the stair. It looked like there was blood over here a little bit, but I couldn't tell.
On the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said he had a greenish colored robe on?
Yeah, I think this green and blue kind of class.
Okay. Jason, do you know who was responsible for doing this to your dad?
I have no idea who would want to do this.
Any thoughts as to who might want to hurt him?
He's a really pretty good guy.
Did you ever have any desires to hurt him?
Of course. We had our fights and he yelled and said a whole bunch of shit at him, but never hurt him. It was always there for me.
For months, MacLennan had been asking around for help killing his father. For $1,000, Moeller offered the use of his rifle as well as setting up the murder and hiding the evidence.
When was the last time you talked to him prior to yesterday?
Saturday or something.
Okay. And he would have called you on the home phone or the cell phone or what?
He called the house, but I don't think I talked to him. I think I got him
I got another page here too, so I need to check on that, and then I wanna, do you need something to eat? Something
I
to
just
drink?
want to go.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna find out what, where we're at with that. I know that they're not done at the house. Okay, I don't think that they are yet, but I haven't been in touch with anybody out there for a little while, so
They can't just grab me clothes and,
I'll find out.
I mean, I've been here for 12
I
hours.
know, you've been here a long time, so let me go out here and get some answers to some of those questions for you. Give me a few minutes and I'll be back in with you, okay? Can I get your name while I'm gone?
You
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Do you remember me?
Yeah.
The cook that was gonna make you breakfast, but you said you didn't want any? You said you feel like eating? Okay. Well, JJ's been talking to you. I've been reading through the reports that are done so far. And I also had the opportunity to talk to a couple of your friends. And so there's some discrepancy and a little bit of the stuff that's been happening. And so I want to talk to you about that, okay? One of the things that I don't understand is the fact that you shot off some bottle rockets on Sunday. That's fine if you did that, but I want you to understand that that will not show up as gunpowder residue on those tests that we do, okay?
I'll take you guys to my house and show you my clothes.
What's that?
I'll take you to my house and show you the clothes I had and all that.
Okay. And we could do testing on the clothes and,
And then you can test all my clothes I have.
okay. Well, Jason, the lab is at your house right now, okay? And so they have your clothes, and we've done the gunshot residue testing and the blood testing, and also blood testing in your room. Can you think of any reason why there would be blood in your room?
Blood in my room. It's not mine. My dog.
What about your dog?
When I looked at him, there was blood on my dog.
Why is there blood on your dog?
Because my dog was out when I found my dad. He was by me. When I found my dad, my dog was right there by him. You guys didn't see my dog?
Yeah, we have your dog, yeah.
Is there blood on me?
There was a little bit, but we kept the dog upstairs.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no way this could have happened while I was in my shower. It had to have happened before that.
See, I got a hard time with that because I don't think that you could be in a shower and not hear gunshots.
That's what I'm saying, that it had to happen before that while I was gone.
Yeah, that you was shot while you were gone and then you
Yeah.
came home and took a shower.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean,
I guess that's not what I understood you to say. I thought you meant that while you were in the shower.
I was gone from 9:30 till close to 1:30.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
And that's the only way. There's no way there's going to be gunpowder on any of my clothes or any of that.
What's that?
There's no way there's going to be gunpowder on any of my clothes or anything like that.
Well, maybe not your clothes, but your hands. That's what the issue is.
There's no other way that that could happen.
Only if you
No,
shot a
I
weapon or
understand.
you were near a weapon being shot within the last
Then shoot a
20,
weapon.
24 hours.
Then shoot a weapon.
Yeah, tell me why that's there then.
I don't know.
Jason, will you?
There's no other way. There's no other chemical mix.
No, not for this particular test. This is a scientific test done for law enforcement. That's the only reason it's done. It's not for the public. You can't go to Shields and buy it. It's all science. And that's why we call the state lab here, because they put together all the physical evidence with us. They put together physical evidence. We put together evidence from the witnesses, and the two aren't mixing. And here's what I think. I think that there's an issue between you and your dad, and I know what that is. It's the fiance girlfriend. And I can think of a few reasons because I've been on this
If you
for a
think
while.
I did this, you're crazy. We might have had fights, but I mean, it's my dad. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter to me if it was your dad or your brother or your uncle. People do things for many
It
reasons.
matters to me.
And I do think that we need to clear you on this. We need to start on the inside, which is family, and work out. And that's we haven't been able to clear you yet. That's why we're here.
How? I was with Matt from 9:30 till almost 1:30.
I understand that. But when Matt left, you had plenty of time to take care of business and make a phone call.
make a phone call, check my phone records.
Already done. I'm talking about your 911 call.
Yeah.
And why did you do that? Because,
911?
yeah.
Because I wanted to try to save my dad.
Why didn't you go check his pulse?
Because I'm law and order and stuff like that. They always yell at the people for that.
No, but you said you thought he was unconscious. Maybe he fainted. Maybe he had a stroke.
What if he just got down the stairs and he had his neck broken? I heard him and he was paralyzed. I don't want to do that.
But you got close enough to see what was going on, but you didn't do anything to help him.
Did you show her the diagram?
Yeah. She saw.
Do you know that he was shot, or that he was?
Mm-mm.
You thought he was shot or stabbed. Why did you think that?
Because there was blood.
Okay. Could he have fallen down the steps and hit his head and had blood?
The blood I saw was by his feet. That would be kind of weird.
Well, blood by his feet for getting shot in his chest is kind of weird.
What happened to him?
That's what I'm asking you.
But I don't know.
He was shot.
You guys got to see him. I didn't get to see him.
Mm-hmm. And that's what concerns me, is that you didn't walk over and look at him. You had to have, because you told the dispatcher that he was shot.
You saw your dad on the floor in blood. What would you do?
Go see what happened.
No way. What if someone was still in the house?
Is that what you're afraid of?
Yeah, I went and hid in the garage. What if they came after me? What if I would have been half an hour home earlier and that's when it happened and I got shot too?
Or you could help him.
What could I have done?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there. I think together, if there was somebody else there, you and your dad would have been able to take care of it. Do you know where the gun is?
God.
The gun that was used to kill Ken.
I don't know who did this.
The problem we're having here is that right now I don't believe you. And that's okay. I'm not saying that nobody else, maybe JJ believes you. But I've had a chance to look at everything and I don't
care who believes it.
You should care, because we need to work out the answers and we need to close this book. And the only way we can do that is two things. Number one, we need to figure out why. This isn't cold-blooded murder. You like your father. That's not what this is about.
I didn't do this.
It's an angry situation that
I didn't do this.
Okay.
There's no anger, there's no nothing. His girlfriend, him and her broke up. She wanted him to move there and he didn't want it. That's not even an issue.
And Jason, what we're talking about, the reason it's so important and the reason that case talk can be like this is because the things are going to come out. All of this stuff is going to be laid out in front of us, whether it be in 2 hours or 12 hours or 2 weeks. It's going to be all laid out in front of us and the picture is going to be clear. Okay? Right now, today, we have an opportunity to get to the bottom of it. And do our best to wrap this thing up and bring it forward and say that we have the truth. These are the facts. This is what happened. And most importantly, this is why it happened. If we come back 2 weeks and we try to approach this again and everything or some things differ then from what we talked about today, we can't help you anymore.
I've been honest with everything I knew. I told you everything.
Right, but evidence is going to tell the story. That's the problem we have, and some things already today, this early in the investigation, aren't matching up with what you're saying. I truthfully want to help you here. I truthfully do.
So.
But I believe, as Kay does, that you know something about what happened here. And those are things that are going to come out, and if they come out down the road in 2 weeks, and we skipped over those things or lied about them today, I can't help you anymore.
I'm being completely honest with you.
Some of the evidentiary stuff, though, it is going to conflict with what we've gotten from a story from you. The gunshot residue is one thing. How do I explain that in a report to the people that are going to review this case and charge this case out? How do I explain that you have that?
Where would I even get access to one?
A variety of places. You had access to one a week ago.
Yeah, that was under family. There's a family thing there on a farm.
All I'm saying is all of those details are something we can talk about, but I am talking today about not wanting to get you particularly in a real pinch down the road for making mistakes today.
I haven't made any mistake. I've been
You
honest with
understand
you.
what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, I mean, you're basically trying to say that I did it.
Well, there's reason to believe, based on the evidence that's already come forward, that you have some information that you're not telling us about.
I told you
One
everything
would
I
be
knew.
the gunshot residue, okay? Two would be some evidentiary things at the house that, of course, I don't have the full report on here. But blood around the house that's not really explained by your story. Two people, from what we gather, were there.
I mean, do you even know it was his blood?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it couldn't have been mine. And it couldn't have been from the dog. It couldn't have been from the dog going through the house.
The blood is his. It's his
Yeah,
blood.
but it couldn't have got on the dog and then got tracked around the house through him.
Well, if it was a doggy footprint, it could have, but it wasn't a doggy footprint.
What if it was on his hair? It was a footprint?
It appears to be on the carpet, and it's on a pair. It's not a doggy footprint.
Okay, so what kind of shoes is it? Why don't you check my shoes?
We are.
There were 3 sets of footprints outside the house. 2 were exactly as MacLennan and Moeller described. The third set was traced back to a pair of sneakers found in Moeller's basement. Moeller had used them to make it appear as if a third person had been there, but he forgot to show the prints leaving the house.
And you've got to
They're at
understand
the scene.
we've been here,
Okay.
okay? So, like I said, all those things are going to be laid out.
We wouldn't come at you if we didn't have information, Jason. We're not here bluffing you. That's
Well,
not
I
what
mean-
this is about.
You guys don't have a whole lot. I mean, there's gun residue on my hand, which I don't even know why. I mean,
And then some blood that's explained in the house that looks like it came from some shoes.
Which
Dad's
one
not
do you test
wearing
all my
shoes.
when you test all my shoes, it'll come clean, so.
No, what I'm telling you is it's not from the dog. It's a bigger print. Okay.
Yeah, and what I'm
Okay.
saying, when you look at my shoes, you're not gonna find anything, so. I didn't do anything.
Did you get rid of your shoes?
No, I didn't do anything. My shoes are in the house.
Okay. It'll show up, even if you washed them. What we're doing right now.
I didn't wash them, so quit trying to say I did this.
I didn't. I'm just telling you that.
You just said even if you wash them, I mean, what's that implying?
Well, you say that it's not on there, and I'm telling you that it probably is. And there's no way you can get rid of that. But I want it out here. I want you to know what we've got and what we're looking at and the tests that we're doing. I want to give you the opportunity to come clean right away if necessary.
Didn't do anything.
Do you know who did?
I don't know who would want to do this. I can't even believe you guys would think that I would do it.
Well, we have to start on the inside. We always start on the inside, no matter what.
You know, that's fine.
That's why you're here. And you're here because you're 17 and we don't know what we're going to do with you.
Let me go to Matt's house.
I can't release you to just another 17-year-old.
What if his, you can't talk to his parents?
I got some issues with that. Matt's the one that you're skipping out of school with, right? Matt's the one that's drinking beer and smoking pot with you. I don't want to put you in a situation. You're already down here. Life
Well, what are you
couldn't
gonna
be any
do with
worse
me?
for you. Your mom's dead. Your dad's
So
dead.
at least let me have my friends. I mean, Christ.
Well, I'm gonna
You want
put
to take the rest of my life away from me? Go ahead.
I'm wondering if you didn't do that yourself. And what we're going to do is take care of you. And I'm not going to put you in a situation where you're going to be skipping school. You're going to have to be somewhere where people are responsible and you're going to go to school.
I'll go to school.
MacLennan still believes that he is going to get away with murder. As far as he is concerned, the police will never be able to find the evidence linking him to his father's death. It is a sign of just how young and spoiled he is that his biggest concern is being able to stay with a friend.
Who's going to help you with the funeral arrangements?
Hmm,
What?
I don't know.
Should I get a hold of the grandparents? I think we'll do that. We'll call your grandparents.
I can't be the one to tell
Hmm?
I can't be the one to tell
I'll take care of it then. What would happen if you walked out of here right now? Where would you go?
Matt's house or home and smoke a cigarette.
I can take you outside to smoke a cigarette.
And can we go? I've been in this room for 10, 12 hours, and now you guys are saying that I'm doing this, which is completely fucking absurd. And
Well, physical evidence doesn't lie, Jason. People lie. I don't know what to tell you.
when you check my shoes, now are you gonna believe me?
Yeah, in fact, they're doing it right now.
Thank you.
Checking clothes and shoes and
Did
body
they find the
placement,
shirt? It's in my hamper, the one that I was wearing then.
gunshot residue, and all that stuff is being checked. But the one is already back.
One what? Oh, the
The
hamper.
test.
So,
Do you think I can go in front of a jury and say 75%, if not higher, percent of shootings, accidental or not, are done by family members? Okay? Yes, I can. That's a fact. First thing the police do is go to the family members, and that's what we're doing. Now I'll go to the jury and I say, hey, I got gunshot residue on that family member. And they're going to say, well, you took a shower. And we're going to say, yep. And scientific evidence shows that sometimes showering is an issue and sometimes it's not. And apparently in this case, it wasn't. And God, don't let me go to a jury with that without you giving a reason. If that's where we're
if that's
at.
all you have, I mean, I didn't do anything. That's not enough to send someone to jail for, especially when I didn't even do it.
I think it is. I think you need to think about that.
For that one reason, you're going to be able to screw me even though I didn't do anything?
I'm not screwing you, Jason. I'm offering you an opportunity to talk to me about what happened.
We're not trying to screw you in any way, shape, or form. And like I said, the facts, what happened is obvious. It's clear. It's going to be laid out, like I said, in front of us. What we try to find out and what makes a difference sometimes
If it's so clear,
is
then
why.
go catch the person that did it.
What I'm asking you is, and trying to tell you, is what's important to juries, to judges, and to people like that hear these cases is why this kind of stuff happens. Okay?
But I mean, even when it won't match up, because I didn't shoot a gun that day, my shirt won't have any residue on it, my shoes won't have blood on it. What the hell is that? There's gunpowder on my hands?
Well, will there be more evidence that isn't covered throughout today that's going to point to you?
No, because I didn't do anything.
And as Kay said, the evidence doesn't lie. What's found in the house does not lie. You know that. You've even told me as you sat right here that you've watched these television shows. You know what abilities and capabilities these people at the scene have. You know that.
No, man.
Okay?
But I didn't do anything, and even that's an even bigger reason for me to not do something like this, even though the fact that I loved my dad. Even if I didn't love my dad, even if I hated his guts, I still see TV, I still see all that stuff. You don't really get away with anything. I'm not an idiot. I might not be great at school, I might not pass, but I'm not a moron.
And I never thought you were.
I'm not saying that, but
thing from my mind, okay? Because I can see that you're a guy that has a heart and that has feelings. I can see that. That's obvious to me. Okay? I have some questions, though, about maybe some things I would have done differently had I found my father lying there. You know, and I'm not saying that you have to do what I do, or we're all the same in any way, shape, or form. But those things do concern me, and I think that they're going to be a concern to other people that look at this as well. As will some of these other issues we've been talking to you about. This is probably the only opportunity you have to really explain things if you choose to do so.
I told you everything I know.
And we talked about facts, didn't we? We didn't talk about feelings.
No.
Right?
Yeah, I told
Do you
you everything I
think
know.
feelings are important in a situation like this?
I don't know.
Well, what do you think? I do. I think they're very important.
But that's going back to trying to say that I did it.
Not necessarily. I just think that feelings are very important.
Well, how do I know the feelings of whoever did this?
You know?
That's what makes a huge difference, though. Because if some stranger came in off the street and just did this random shooting, then we have an issue. If somebody else did it within the family and there's a reason for it, it's totally different.
There's no family here besides me. Everyone else lives in Canada. He's got one sister. My whole mom's side of the family hates him and hasn't talked to him since my mom died, really. I mean, I've only even seen my grandma on that side once since my mom died. His grandparents and his sister and brother-in-law we see every year at Christmas. But they all live around Ottawa. It had to be some just random person.
Then why didn't they take anything?
How do you know what got taken?
Nothing.
Nothing got taken.
Well, some of the things that you explained that were high buck items, you know, the TV, the watches, that kind of stuff.
Someone would have seen him love with that.
What?
Someone would have seen him leave with that.
A watch?
No, like TVs and stuff.
No, people do it all the time. Jeez, people burglarize houses during their.
You guys find his watch or his wallet?
No.
His cell phone, his laptop?
Mm-hmm.
You found all of that?
Mm-hmm.
MacLennan and Moeller took a wallet and a watch to make it look like a burglary. Both were recovered with the weapon and clothing.
Wallet, watch, laptop. Yeah, it's right on the table there. This is
Which
a
color wallet did you find?
crime scene. I'll be right back.
Okay. You want me to?
Huh?
Did you want me to take it or are you gonna take it?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Hold on a second.
You saw me on the phone. I was talking with some people down at the crime scene. We got a ton of people down there, and it's just not all completed yet. And that's one of the reasons that you're still here is we have to wait.
Can they give me clothes that like are in the closet or in the laundry room, or
What's the question?
can they just give me like clothes that are in the laundry room?
Get you your own clothes?
Yeah, and then like have me released to like a friend or something.
Well, we can't release you till the scene is done.
Why? Like I don't want to go back in the house or anything.
Right, but because they're coming up with gathering evidence that isn't matching with the stories, that's why. So we need to get all the evidence gathered,
They tested my shoes and my clothes.
laid out with you. Yes, we did find your clothes right where you told us. That's a good thing
And
for you. There was a spot on the back of your white polo shirt, Tommy shirt, on your shirt. I'm sorry, like a blood spot on the back, and they're doing testing on that right now. Didn't see anything. I don't think they saw anything on the jeans, and if they either that or they're still doing it, I'm not positive, but we didn't have anything yet on the clothes. What was some other stuff? So, can you think of anything else?
Well, I just wanted to go over with you too, the areas in your yard which the paths that you typically take.
Okay.
Okay. You probably could do a GPS on the back of this, so you can kind of illustrate to me, maybe indicate the front of your house for me, and which way would be north.
so it's like front of my house. It's like garage right there.
Okay.
I don't know the directions.
Okay.
When I was sneaking out, me went around this side of the house.
Okay.
When I came home, he dropped me off in the driveway, let me go like that. And I walked that kind of.
Okay. Where's the front door of the house?
But that was the garage, I feel like. Right about here.
Okay. So you walked across the driveway and back around the side and back of the back door. Go ahead.
If I was in my house and I was gonna go somewhere and take my car, I'd come through the garage. If I was coming home, I'd usually come through the garage unless I was sneaking. I'd go to the back door. Sometimes I use the front door and just.
This is all yard, is that right? Backyard?
Yeah, well, there's like bushes right here.
Okay.
And there's like kind of a flower thing right there, and there's some flowers.
Any fences or anything?
No.
Okay. So this would all be grass?
Yeah,
So
well,
it
there's
covers the snow.
a walking path that goes like that, and it goes around back through my backyard.
On the edge of your backyard?
Yeah,
Public walking path with the community over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
and there's like a lot here.
Okay. So this area is your yard, right?
Mhm.
And would be snow covered this year because obviously we had snow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you have walked anywhere other than this route right here yesterday?
Besides this route right here, and maybe from my front door now,
Maybe from your front door?
Yeah.
Where would you have gone from your front door?
just to the driveway.
And do you remember when you would have done that yesterday?
I don't even think I did, but if I did, it would have been during the day.
It looks like you did. If your prints are in the snow on the front door step,
It
or
would have been during the day.
okay, and do you know where you went or for what purpose?
It would have just been in my car, but the only time I even had my car yesterday was to go to the Outback, and I came through the garage.
So no footprints out in this area at all of yours?
Right here.
Right, from the back, I understand,
That's
the
it.
back door out to the front, right?
Mhm.
Anything else at all?
Mhm.
Anybody else's that you're aware of?
Shouldn't be.
Okay. You mentioned the car, and I was curious why you drove your car to Outback.
Just because I like to drive.
Okay.
And then I have a restricted license, so my dad's going to drive all the time, and I knew he was coming back. So I just drove to the Outback. So that if he came back, at least I drove to work, which I am allowed to do. He couldn't really yell at me for it.
Okay, but you didn't work, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. But then you didn't drive your car back home, did you?
I went and got it back after
Right.
Kyle brought me home to let him in because I thought he'd want to get in the house first.
Okay, so you didn't bother taking your car home?
Mhm.
At that point, but then you came back right away and got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, Kate, did you have any questions?
No, not besides what we already talked about.
I'm sure someone at the Outback can verify that it was there. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure Paul saw me and Kyle pull up.
Did you have an opportunity to see anything disturbed or missing from the house last night?
I didn't even go anywhere else.
You
I
didn't?
didn't look for
Are you under
anything.
the assumption that there's some things missing from the house?
I imagine, because it couldn't have been family that did anything. So it had to be someone random. Why would you do it? And that's, you either hated him or you wanted something.
After shooting his father, MacLennan went around the house while wearing a pair of gloves and tried to make it appear as if it had been ransacked.
Do you think that there was things missing, or do you have a basis for?
I would imagine stuff would be missing.
Okay.
But I mean, you said you found his wallet. Well, what color was it? Was it black or brown?
I don't know.
'Cause he's got a few. One of them is kind of brown that he always leaves at home, and he's kind of like credit card stuff. And he's got a black one that he carries on him. And he usually has a lot of money in his pocket. I've never seen it to be less than like $1,000.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
So, and did you find that?
Not sure yet. We're not done. The money, you mean?
Yeah. It would be at least $1,000. And probably another $50 in the wallet.
Where would the 1,000 be?
How would you know how much money your dad has on him?
Because when he goes to give him money, he pulls out a stack and you gotta flip through like $600 bills.
Did you see any of that yesterday?
And he's always had it on him since I was a little kid.
I guess the reason I'm asking is because you just got back from a trip. You'd think you'd be short on cash.
And that's another shock.
I don't have any.
And he doesn't usually use cash for much. I don't know why he keeps it on. He usually puts everything on with American Express.
Do you have any credit cards?
No. I've got a checking card if that matters.
Is that a joint card, joint account, or is it just yours?
It's just mine.
No, because I have any other questions.
Okay.
So
So when my clothes come back and they're fine, do I get to leave though?
No, oh heavens no. We gotta make sure that the footprints match up or don't match up. We got blood spatter, we got body position, we got phone calls, we've got witnesses, and then we have to match that all up with the crime scene.
So I'm basically here for
Probably
it's
a
hard
couple
to,
hours.
hard to estimate now.
a couple hours.
Well,
They said I was gonna be here for a little while last night, and it's been like what? It's like what, 3 o'clock?
you never have the full facts until later on in something like
You
this.
know, you guys just always say it'll be a little while so that I don't get impatient, and I just sit here.
I haven't told you it's going to be a little while. This is something that takes a large amount of time to work on. And I think, you can understand why. I mean, there's a lot of.
I don't understand why I'm
A
here.
lot of people talk about. Because
You don't understand why?
Why I'm here. Why I have to be held. I didn't do anything.
Because we haven't cleared you yet. That's why.
There's a billion other people in the world that haven't been cleared. They're not sitting in a room for 12 hours in clothes that aren't even theirs.
You might be surprised who we've talked to today.
Who'd you talk to? Surprise me.
What's that?
Surprise me. Who'd you talk to?
I'm not gonna discuss that part of the investigation with you until you're cleared. Then I'm gonna sit down and tell you everything.
Good.
So far, I'm telling you everything I know regarding the scene and your stories to get you out of here. Figure out what's going on. You know, were you there? Do you know more about it? And I still think that stuff isn't matching up. I'm being perfectly honest with you. So you just hang tight until they're done down there, and
Can I at least have a cigarette?
yeah, well, yeah, just don't tell me to hold dear.
I'll be 18 minutes.
Do you have them with you?
No.
Okay, that's something you're gonna give us to work on there. Because I don't have any, and neither one of us are smokers. How about some food? I mean,
It's coming.
okay, good enough.
That I asked 4 hours ago.
All right.
After shooting his father, MacLennan went around the house while wearing a pair of gloves and tried to make it appear as if it had been ransacked. Jason MacLennan was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Matt Moeller was found guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to 30 years in prison. Both have been released on strict supervision.